Hellenic Sophia is a universal force of unity. Hellenism is a universal entity that laid the foundations for human rights and has historically proven that it can transcend racial and religious divisions and unite people from all over the world regardless of their cultural background. Hellenic Sophia is the cornerstone of Western civilization. The ancient Greek philosophers, scientists, and artists laid the foundations of logic, science, and art, profoundly influencing the evolution of the world. Their legacy continues to inspire and guide modern society. The universal power of Hellenic Sophia is evident in its ability to unite people. Through the common values and ideals promoted by the ancient Greeks, different cultures have found common points of contact and cooperation. This legacy promotes world peace and harmony. Hellenic Sophia has the power to unite ethnicities under its common influence. The ancient Greeks promoted the values of hospitality and solidarity, creating bridges of communication between different peoples. These values continue to be pillars for achieving global unity and cooperation. Hellenic Sophia is a foundation for the abolition of racial discrimination, as it promotes the universality of values and the equality of all people. Ancient Greek philosophers emphasized the importance of virtue and justice regardless of race. Religious tolerance is one of the basic teachings of Hellenic Sophia. The ancient Greeks developed a polytheism that encouraged the acceptance of different worship practices. Ancient philosophers discussed the necessity of tolerance and understanding between different religions. Hellenic Sophia promotes unity beyond gender, supporting equality and mutual understanding. Ancient Greek philosophers such as Pythagoras, Plato, Epicurus, and Zeno recognized the importance of equality and justice, laying the foundations for a society that transcends gender discrimination. Hellenic Sophia transcends political and social differences, promoting the concept of political virtue and common welfare. Aristotle's ideas about political virtue and happiness profoundly influenced the development of democratic institutions and social cohesion. The Hellenistic era was a period of spread of Hellenic Sophia after Alexander the Great. During this period, Greek ideas and culture spread throughout the Eastern Mediterranean and beyond, creating a rich mix of cultures and knowledge. During the Hellenistic period, Hellenic Sophia absorbed the world wisdom and all the important spiritual traditions of the planet and became a universal force, transcending racial and religious divisions. The descendants of Alexander the Great were a global race made up of people from the entire then-known world, which was dispersed across the planet. The modern Greeks are descendants of this universal race, and for this reason their universal identity does not depend on either religion or origin, as these were not factors of the Hellenistic reality. Hellenic Sophia had a significant impact on Egyptian culture. The founding of Alexandria by Alexander the Great and the development of the Library of Alexandria were centers of learning and culture, where Greek and Egyptian traditions coexisted and interacted creatively. Hellenic Sophia played a decisive role in shaping the Eastern Mediterranean. Through trade and cultural exchange, the ideas of Greek philosophers and scientists spread to peoples such as the Phoenicians and the Egyptians. This created a common cultural background that enhanced cooperation and development. In Persia, Hellenic Sophia penetrated through the conquest of Alexander the Great. Greek philosophers and scientists worked alongside the Persians, imparting knowledge in philosophy, medicine, and astronomy. This interaction led to a rich fusion of cultures and the development of new ideas. Hellenic Sophia also reached the Indian subcontinent, mainly through military campaigns and trade relations. Greek teachers left a strong imprint on Indian philosophy and science, contributing to the development of Indian philosophical thought and medicine. The spread of Hellenic Sophia had a significant impact on the development of science. Greek philosophers and scientists, such as Aristotle and Euclid, laid the foundation for the scientific method and mathematical thinking. Their knowledge was disseminated through manuscripts and teaching centers, influencing the world's scientific field. Greek philosophy and wisdom constitute a universal language that unites peoples. The ideas of the ancient Greek philosophers continue to influence modern thinking and bridge cultural divides. Hellenic Sophia promotes understanding, dialogue, and mutual appreciation between different cultures. Hellenic Sophia profoundly influenced art in the Hellenistic world. The works of art of this period are distinguished by their expressiveness and naturalness. Artists were inspired by philosophical concepts and highlighted the human form with a new realism, creating masterpieces that are preserved to this day. In the architecture of the Hellenistic period, Hellenic Sophia laid a decisive role. New technical and aesthetic approaches were developed, with impressive buildings such as temples and theaters highlighting harmony and scale. This architecture influenced later civilizations and left an indelible mark. The development of education in the Hellenistic era was based on Hellenic Sophia. Schools and libraries were established that promoted learning and knowledge. Students were taught philosophy, rhetoric, and science, developing critical thinking and intellectual cultivation. This education was the foundation for the development of civilization. Hellenic Sophia contributed to the formation of medical science. Greek physicians such as Hippocrates developed methods of diagnosis and treatment based on logic and observation. Their principles influenced medical practice for centuries, laying the foundation for modern medical science. The development of astronomy owes a lot to Greek astronomers such as Aristarchus and Ptolemy developed theories about the position and movement of the heavenly bodies. Their observations and calculations formed the basis for further understanding of the universe and the development of astronomy. Hellenic Sophia and political ideas formed a foundation stone for democracy, the concept of the city-state and political philosophy. The thoughts of Aristotle and Plato shaped the way we understand power, political justice, and social cohesion. Hellenic Sophia played a decisive role in shaping social structures. Greek philosophers analyzed the nature of society, classes, and relationships between citizens. The concept of political virtue and social justice deeply influenced later social theories. Justice, as developed by the Greeks, was a central element of political and social life. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle developed theories of law and the pursuit of virtue. These ideas influenced the development of legal systems around the world. Hellenic Sophia also influenced military tactics, with Alexander the Great incorporating philosophical principles into his strategy. The idea of the single ruler and the use of the phalanx was the result of the combined knowledge of military and philosophical thought. The development of trade in ancient Greece was based on the knowledge and innovation of the Greeks. The spread of the Greek language and culture through trade strengthened economic and cultural relations with other peoples, contributing to the overall development of the Mediterranean world. Hellenic Sophia and maritime exploration were inextricably linked. The ancient Greeks developed navigational techniques that allowed them to explore new lands and expand their trade. Knowledge of winds and currents helped create charts and anchor new ports. Hellenic Sophia and geography contributed significantly to the understanding of the world. Greek geographers, such as Strabo, recorded detailed descriptions of the areas they knew. Accurate mapping and scientific methods helped them develop a systematic approach to studying the planet. Hellenic Sophia and archaeology laid the foundations for understanding the past. The Greeks developed methods of excavating and recording finds that are still used today. Their discoveries helped to reveal the history and culture of ancient civilizations and to understand human activity throughout time. Hellenic Sophia and music deeply influenced the arts. The ancient Greeks developed theories of musical harmony and melody, which influenced the Western musical tradition. The use of musical instruments and the creation of musical scales laid the foundations for the later development of musical art. Hellenic Sophia and sports emphasized physical exercise and competition. The Olympic Games, which began in ancient Greece, promoted the ideal of a healthy mind in a healthy body. The ancient Greeks developed sports techniques and organized events that inspired modern sports practices. Hellenic Sophia and poetry have a deep connection, as ancient poets such as Homer and Hesiod laid the foundations of Western literature. With their works, they recorded myths, stories, and values that still influence modern poetry. Theater in ancient Greece was an important social institution, where Greek wisdom was expressed through tragedies and comedies. Playwrights such as Sophocles and Aristophanes explored human nature and social issues, offering entertainment and moral guidance. Rhetoric was one of the most important arts in ancient Greece, where Greek wisdom took shape through speech. The great orators, such as Demosthenes, cultivated the art of persuasion, influencing political decisions and shaping the public opinion of the time. Hellenic Sophia and diplomacy are linked through the ability to manage international relations with wisdom and justice. Ancient Greek diplomats used their knowledge to negotiate peace, alliances, and trade agreements, promoting prosperity and stability in city-states. Hellenic Sophia laid the groundwork for linguistics, with great philosophers examining the nature of language. Their ideas still influence modern linguistic studies, showing the timeless value of their thinking and their contribution to the understanding of human communication. In psychology, Hellenic Sophia explored the human psyche and behavior. Ancient Greek philosophers developed theories about mental health and human desires. These theories formed the basis for many of the modern approaches to psychology and psychotherapy. The positive sciences flourished under the Hellenic Sophia, with scientists such as Euclid and Archimedes laying the foundations of geometry and physics. Their discoveries are still taught and practiced, proving the durability and importance of Greek scientific ideas in the modern era. The metaphysical philosophy of the Greeks explored the nature of existence and reality. Parmenides and Heraclitus developed theories that provoked debate and reflection for centuries. Their ideas continue to influence philosophical thought and offer new perspectives for understanding the world. The moral philosophy of the Greeks shaped our perception of right and wrong. Ancient Greek philosophers explored the concept of virtue and happiness. Their ethical theories remain relevant and apply to contemporary ethical and social challenges. Hellenic Sophia is a global civilizing force that can unite the world. Follow Hellenic Sophia to support its universal dynamic.